standing at Daytona Beach. We are live coming to you here on TNT as we get ready for some NBA action. It is WCW Monday Nitro live, and we have got another hot one here on the beach tonight. Oh yeah, I'm Eric Bischoff, along with Bobby the Brain Heenan, Steve Mongo McMichael, and Pepe the Sailor Man. What's that about?
Of course, my friend. He heard that a sailor can get lucky here in Daytona Beach.
Well, Pepe is certainly dressed for the occasion. Bobby Heenan, we have got a world title match on deck here tonight. Lex Luger asked for it last weekend. He's got it. He's going to test the Giant.
It was very simple, Bishop. If Luger has his own battle plan and doesn't try to put the Giant up in the stretch rack, he'll do all right. If he listens to Sting, he's going to go right down the toilet. He's got to have a game plan. And believe me, the Giant does.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage, is here. His eyes are rolled back in his head spinning. He's foaming at the mouth. This guy is a nut, Mongo.
What can you say, The Exorcist? I don't think so. But they've got the security back there. Hell, they might be rolling this guy out like they did Hannibal Lecter. The mask on and the straitjacket with the table. You don't know what's going to happen. But we're going to find out tonight, baby.
We're going to find out tonight. Jushin Thunder Liger is here. He'll be taking on Dean Malenko. The Stinger is here. He'll be facing Lord Steven Regal. We've got a great hour coming your way here on Nitro. Let's kick it off. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Hugh Morrus. Let's get down to the ring.
That sounds like some ugly music playing.
We have got another tremendous crowd on hand as the world turns to WCW Monday Nitro on TNT. I want to thank all of you for joining us at our special 7 o'clock time. I want to remind you, NBA action coming up on TNT, and we'll be back with you at our regular 9 o'clock time very, very soon. And we have got a tremendous month of June coming your way. A lot of big news coming up in WCW. We're going to talk a lot about WCW Hog Wild, a brand new pay-per-view coming to you. 250,000 of your favorite bikers and you, only on pay-per-view. We're going to be coming live from the Sturgis Harley Rally in Sturgis, South Dakota, August 10th. Will that be cool or what?
Let me tell you what, my friend. Those are true Americans there.
True Americans, indeed. Talking about a true American, the Macho Man Randy Savage. A true American, if you will, but a very, well, shall we say, emotionally strained American at this point. Well, Nature Boy Ric Flair has done everything to drive this man nuts.
Well, you can make it sound as sugar-coated as you want. This man here, the Macho Man, is beside himself. He's lost it, he's crazy, and Flair's done it. Flair has made this man take himself out. He's pushed himself over the line, pushed himself to the limit, and I don't know what Flair's going to do when they have to work together as a tag team.
Oh, look at him. He's working the crowd, baby. He's trying to contain himself. He's trying to keep that emotion and that aggression balled up inside him. Oh! But that might get him going, sports fans.
Hugh Morrus all over the Macho Man Randy Savage. Hugh Morrus not waiting for a bell, not waiting for a referee to clear the way. He's just going right after the Macho Man Randy Savage. And Bobby Heenan said it, the Macho Man beside himself. Well, that is indeed the case. He may be a split personality, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair is to blame.
Well, let me tell you one thing, my friend. Hugh Morrus did the right thing here. And I'm not even a heel. Look at this guy. He got him while he was coming out of the tunnel, clapping, high-fiving with the fans. He wasn't ready to wrestle. He got him out of character, and now he's putting the boots to him, baby.
The Macho Man Randy Savage, he may be half out of his mind, but he better get focused here in a real hurry. Because if not, he is going to find himself bounced all over this arena by Hugh Morrus, a man with a tremendous upper body, a vicious right hand, and a look on his face that says, hey, Savage, I'm going to have you for lunch.
Well, you know Macho Man, Eric Bischoff, and you know that not too much can hurt this man. no matter what Hugh Morrus is doing right now, Macho's going to collect himself. He's going to get back in this ring. And let me tell you what, I count on him putting a pummeling on Mr. Morrus.
I'm more concerned about the officials, us at ringside, the safety of the people and everybody, because Savage is a loose cannon. Savage is beside himself. He hasn't been to bed in 6 months. He only thinks about Savage, only thinks about Liz, and this is only going to push him off the deep end a little further.
Look at Hugh Morrus. Hugh Morrus trying to drive Savage crazy here. He's putting Savage's stuff on. The Macho Man Randy Savage, who is going to be forced to team up with the Nature Boy Ric Flair at Slamboree, coming up Sunday, May 19th, live from Baton Rouge. And look at this, Hugh Morrus, he is picking up where Ric Flair has left off.
Well, that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to insult Savage. He should have taken him out. He's bigger than Savage. He's fresher than Savage. He's not all taped up and banged up like this man is. Plus, Hugh Morrus' mental condition is probably a lot better off than Savage's is right now. Don't waste any time with Savage. You gotta get him down and do damage to him from the get-go.
32 individuals, 16 teams, brought together by random drawing, and the Macho Man Randy Savage gets hooked up with the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And look at this, he's going berserk. The Macho Man Randy Savage is making Dennis Rodman look like a choir boy here. This guy is losing his mind.
Oh, you aren't kidding about that. And about a half hour ago, there were about 20 guys from WCW back there in suits and ties having a big meeting, and that man was the focus of the meeting. What to do with this man?
The referee had to disqualify this baby. We're in danger of having a decapitation here. We got somebody get out there and stop this.
Something's got to be done about this guy.
Referee calling for the disqualification here. The Macho Man Randy Savage is completely uncorked. This guy,
he's not only choking him, he's smothering him. He don't care about the referee. He don't care about the rules. Look at him.
When was the last time you saw Macho Man Randy Savage, one of the greatest champions of all time, resorting to tactics like that?
Look at this. The Macho Man Randy Savage wants to pull the trigger. The crowd on their feet. The referee trying to stand between him and Hugh Morrus, and the referee said no thank you. Well, referee taking control of it.
Oh, no, that's it.
Savage.
Goodbye, Mr.
Randy.
This is it. He's going to get rid of Hugh Morrus.
Let me tell you what, my friends. There's a fine line before you step over the edge. You got to keep 1 foot in sanity. Macho, he has just vaulted onto the other side,
Mongo, what's happening here right now, he don't know if that's a referee.
Look at this.
If that's Randy Savage or anybody. He don't care. All he sees is a human being in front of him.
This psychopath just body slammed the referee.
He's not going to go up.
There is very nuts.
Don't do it, Randy.
Then there is out of his mind, and the Macho Man Bobby Heenan is out of his ever-loving mind.
Well, you better call the SWAT team and do something right now.
Oh, no.
He's finished. He is done. You've seen the last of Savage. WCW is not going to condone this. Nobody will. What's going on right now with the NBA and everybody else, they're not going to let this man run wild. He can't be controlled. He can't be calmed down. He's not the Randy Savage he was 6 months, a year ago.
And you can thank the Nature Boy Ric Flair, his tag team partner, coming up at Slamboree. And here comes a little help from the back room. Local law enforcement, and look at the look on their face.
It's time for some jewelry around the wrist and another ride in the back seat, I bet.
I don't think he's going to go home quietly, boys. You're going to have to get up there and restrain him.
Doug Dillinger trying to talk him out of the ring.
You can't talk to him.
I don't think so, Heenan. I don't think it's going to happen. Come on, Randy.
Randy, give up. Give up. Give up. Take 6 months off, a year. Get yourself together. Check yourself into an institution.
Flair has done this. Flair has done this. And however you want to say it, his elevator ain't going up to the top floor. He's 1 brick shy of a load, baby. He has lost it.
Well, Mr. Savage, you've been there before. You've got that ink on your fingers, and you take 2 pictures every night, 1 straight on and 1 sideways. You're going to the can, pal. You should be put away. You're a danger to society.
The Macho Man Randy Savage is going to be paying for this action that we saw here tonight.
Look, he don't know where the dressing room is. Look at the eyes on him.
He body slams the referee, drops an elbow on the referee.
threw his opponent over the top rope, choked him with his own jacket, tried to smother him. There was no wrestling match. Savage is gone.
We'll be back. Jushin Thunder Liger, Dean Malenko, high-flying international action coming your way right after this.
Just sick the dogs.
All right, welcome back to WCW Monday Nitro Live, and I want to take this opportunity to announce the passing of a good friend of mine, a good friend of everyone's here at WCW. Ray the Crippler Stevens passed away, and we had an opportunity to talk to his family, and rather than sending flowers or cards, send a donation to one of Ray's favorite charities, the Cauliflower Alley Club. You see the phone number right there on your screen. Ray was heavily involved in the Cauliflower Alley Club, Bobby Heenan, and we know that he was very much in favor of the scholarship program that they have there for future wrestlers. But again, the passing of a very good friend of mine and ours, and I know yours, Bobby Heenan, Ray the Crippler Stevens, and we'll all miss him.
Well, you're right about that, Mr. Bischoff.
All right, as we prepare our second contest here tonight, Dean Malenko and Jushin Thunder Liger. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Ray the Crippler Stevens, Bobby, in just a few moments. But let's take this opportunity to announce that Otani, the new WCW Cruiserweight champion, has won that title in Japan. And wrestling fans, check your local listings, because on May 18th, that weekend, on Worldwide Wrestling, you will see the debut of the new WCW Cruiserweight champion. And Otani will defend that title. He is scheduled to defend that title at Slamboree. And there you see Jushin Thunder Liger. He was here in our debut broadcast of WCW Monday Nitro, live from Minneapolis. And he is back again, and this Cruiserweight division is going to heat up. It is going to get hot. It'll get hot fast, and you're going to see some exciting high-flying action in this newly established division with a new champion, Otani, at the top of the list.
And there's my good business partner, Sonny Ono at ringside. Very smart Japanese gentleman.
Yeah, he's the equivalent of the United States' Jimmy Hart is about all.
No, he's not. He's more like a Donald Trump. The man puts big deals together. Big businessman.
Colin Neville hook up into a side headlock by Dean Malenko. Head scissors escape by Jushin Thunder Liger. Both men up very quick. And you're going to see a tremendous amount of technical wrestling here. Scientific wrestling, if you will. Drop toe hold, takedown into a front face lock. Sit out and turn into a hammer lock. Jushin Thunder Liger. Liger in control of the action, riding his opponent here in the center of the ring. Cranking on the arm. You are also going to see a tremendous amount of high-flying action as Liger working on the wrist and the elbow. Pressure points in two areas here, actually three. The shoulder, rotator cuff, elbow, and the wrist. Mat kip up and into a reversal. Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holes. Nice reversal here. Kip up, single leg pickup, and a cover. Not even a one count.
Well, Eric,
this is, I know, Steve, I know you were looking forward to this matchup, but I want to point out, I just got word, the Macho Man Randy Savage escorted from the building by local law enforcement. Back leg round kick.
Well, now you know as well as I do, something has to be done about Savage. It's gone too far.
Wait a minute, the crowd reacting here. The Nature Boy.
no sooner did you say Macho was out of the building than we have an appearance by Ric Flair.
Yeah, something tells me that the Nature Boy Ric Flair was waiting for the Macho Man Randy Savage. Look at this. Tux, he was waiting for the Macho Man.
Well, that'd make a beautiful top on a wedding cake, wouldn't that? Boy, is Flair decked out? Got one of those $5,000 Armani tux on, and look at that.
Oh, did you see that?
Beautiful gowns.
1, 2, and a kick out by Dean Malenko, while the Nature Boy Ric Flair and his entourage, if you will, of women, take their seat in the VIP section. Jushin Thunder Liger and Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000.
Oh! He's out.
1, 2, and
oh no.
Dean Malenko able to roll the shoulder as the manager, Sonny Ono, complains it up. All right, we've got to take a break. We'll be back with more action. Jushin Thunder Liger, Dean Malenko. Oh, 1. No way, no way.
Did they give me a bottle of bubbly or a couple of glasses over here? Some with some straws in those little hats.
Look at this. Welcome back, and we're looking at the Nature Boy Ric Flair Woman and Miss Elizabeth continuing to spend the Macho Man's money, this time in the VIP section.
And you know what Flair told me? Not only are they spending Macho Man's money on the champagne and the caviar, they pop for the candelabras and everything. Macho Man paid for everything. What a guy, huh?
I hope he can afford bail.
Well, when you're sitting there watching a match like that, you have to call it wrestling. You can't call it wrestling.
Well, Savage is in the back of Adam 12 right now while Flair's out enjoying the champagne.
In the meantime, Dean Malenko taking care of business inside of the ring with Jushin Thunder Liger. And the man of 1,000 holes, Snapmare Takeover, has been controlling the pace of this match for the last 2 or 3 minutes, and now going for a submission, working over the leg.
You know, Orkwood made a statement about Malenko. He says the man's got ice water running through his veins. The man shows no emotion. The man's eyes are just focused on him. Well, it tells me the man's a professional. He's done his homework. He's not in that ring to look cute, look flashy, make friends. He's in there to make the big money and win. That's all. I take my hat off to Dean Malenko.
Without question, the newest, most exciting talent from all over the world coming to WCW. And stay tuned, because throughout the month of May, and particularly in June, things are going to get very interesting indeed in WCW. This is, as they say, where the big boys play.
Do you see what he's doing there, Weasel? He's working on that leg. We talked at the top of this thing about how Jushin Liger likes to fly around. He gets up on the ropes, but when you don't have any legs, baby, there's not very much flying to do.
Well, that's right. He's got the man from Japan there with the horns grounded pretty well. I don't know who to pick for right here that I like is my favorite. Dean Malenko, I like his style, but then again, I'm on the I was
going to say, Sonny, you know, pays your bar.
Oh, he doesn't pay anything. I didn't even take it.
Oh, look at this.
He takes me out for a sushi.
Is that the big business deals he was talking about?
Irish whip reversal inside of the ring. Jump back elbow by Jushin Thunder Liger. Catches Dean Malenko coming off the ropes. 1, 2 count by Jushin Thunder Liger. And this thing has been going back and forth. Oh! Heel kick right to the head.
Right between the eyes.
And now Jushin Thunder Liger setting Malenko up. Malenko in trouble here. He is prone on that top turnbuckle. He is vulnerable.
He's a man of 1,000 holes. Watch Liger.
Drop kick.
He could be in trouble.
And Liger, aerial attack while Malenko is outside of the ring. And Liger catches.
To the floor from the top rope.
That high-risk maneuver put a little ding on the top of his head, too, didn't it?
Bent one of his horns.
Both men took a tremendous impact there, and that's why they call it a high-risk maneuver. Jushin Thunder Liger.
And that's what this Cruiserweight's all about.
Oh, look at this. Dean Malenko, 1, 2, and Liger set up there. Did not get him, 1, 2. And this thing has been going back and forth. The man of 1,000 holes has used up about 680 of them here.
This thing could go all night if these guys keep rolling on top of each other.
Irish whip, up and over. Right hand attempt by Malenko, blocked and countered by Liger. Malenko, a couple right hands in the midsection, puts the brakes on Liger. Both men now more concerned about keeping their balance. This could be a disaster for either one of them.
What is he gonna do with him?
Oh! I've never seen it before. Off the top rope, you talk about a gut buster.
He's not going anyplace. Take your time getting up, Toots. You're gonna be there a while.
Talk about a double hernia. That guy's got some holes in his gut right now.
Oh, man, and a counter by Liger. 1, 2.
He got him.
Oh, man, he almost
Did he get him?
No way. He almost had him. I love this action. The WCW Cruiserweight division. You'll see action like this each and every week. Standing switch, go behind. Knee to the midsection. Chicken wing. Oh, he got him. He got him.
He got him is right.
No, this is amazing. The flexibility of these athletes. Anybody else in the world hits a man like that, they have something broke.
We'll be back with more action as Dean Malenko walks out the winner, Lord Steven Regal, and the Stinger coming up next here on WCW Monday Nitro, and we are live.
Welcome back, ladies
ladies and gentlemen, to WCW Monday Nitro. Here in Daytona Beach, we are totally live, and I am joined by the beauty, the Nature Boy. I'm talking about Miss Elizabeth, woman, oh, yeah, and Nature Boy Ric Flair. What is the meaning of all of this, the champagne treatment? Robin Leach would love this.
Robin Leach couldn't get invited to a party that the Nature Boy throws. Now let's get down to it.
What are you talking about?
When you are at the top of your own personal world, you do what you want to do when you want to do it. Tonight, we fly by Learjet, zoom, parking right next to John Travolta's. We get out in Daytona Beach. We check into the finest hotel, and we say, let's walk across the street and see what the ordinary world's doing tonight. So we drive up front, we order some Dom Perignon, we walk in, and we show all the men out there exactly what makes the Nature Boy go round and round. Right, Macho Man? Now, a lot of people think that I should be upset over the Giant. The Giant got lucky. When the time comes back around, the Giant will hurt. You got a question for me, Mean
No,
Gene?
but I just wonder if I'm horse meat here, can I have a drink with you all?
Mean Gene, throw some of that down. Oh, Lord, how it's hard to be humble. Woo!
Give me a break.
You know, I don't mind telling you, you had that loaded up with something there.
Let's get back to what's happening. It's called Slamboree. It's lethal lottery. And by fate, somehow, the Macho Man and I are partners. And guess who we're against? Double A and Eddie Guerrero.
No wonder he looks so
So in
confident.
one night,
do
we
you think?
eliminate Macho Man one more time. And Double A, do not make the wrong decision in life again.
And woman, I would like to ask you this evening, what's your sense of all of this?
My sense is this, Gene, that I believe Ric Flair, the Nature Boy himself, will end up on top.
Oh,
Mean
please.
Gene.
Yes.
Mean Gene. There's a killer blonde in the audience tonight that I know would like to have a cocktail with the Nature Boy. Is that right, Mrs. McMichaels?
Hey,
Oh,
Elizabeth.
You tell her the Nature Boy be across the street at the Adams Mark all night long.
Obviously,
Well, now, how about that?
obviously,
Sending
this
Deborah
man
McMichael
is not going to
a
give
little
me
taste of the
or my
grape, the
family
sparkling.
any kind
Yeah,
of
for you.
respect
For you, Deborah.
whatsoever.
Hey, Deborah.
So you
Deborah,
know what that means.
Deborah,
Settle
this
down.
is your chance to be.
See, I married a Southern belle.
I understand
There you have it.
that she's from the state of Texas. Mean Gene, before it's all over, you're going to know why they call me an all-around cowboy, honey.
All right, and Elizabeth, any closing comments from you, my dear?
Steve, I'm sorry.
Oh,
about that.
listen, let's don't worry about the champagne because you know Randy has plenty of money.
Please, laugh it up,
Hey,
folks.
Macho Man, we riding home in that blue Porsche tonight, brother. You got it? Woo!
All right, stick around. Next up, Lord Steven Regal and Sting right here on Nitro.
Oh, Rick.
Getting very, very sleepy, Now step out of it and step into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim, oh yeah!
Well, welcome back to WCW Monday Nitro Live. And Steve, I want to, on behalf of everyone at WCW, I want to apologize for the actions of Ric Flair. But as you know,
You don't have to apologize for that buffoon. He was starting to get me upset, mind you. But when my lady poured the drink out, she's a Southern belle. She knows how to conduct herself like a lady, and she showed that bum how much he's worth. That's all.
You know, in my opinion, what happened there was She was flustered at the idea of Mr. Flair giving her champagne. Probably never had champagne, and her hand got shaky and she spilled it. I don't think she poured it out.
You know what, Killer? Now, I'm trying to contain myself here, but you better shut up and mind your own business.
Easy, Steve, easy now.
Wow.
Don't stir it up, Eden. Please do not stir it up. Lord Steven Regal, battered, bruised, cut up, busted up, and it's a wonder the man can still walk after what happened with he and the Belfast Cruiser last week here on Nitro. But get ready, the building beginning to rumble. The crowd on their feet, and the Stinger making his way to the ring.
One half of the tag team champions of WCW, along with Lex Luger. There's the man they call Sting. I hope he stays out of Luger's ear and leaves Luger alone. Luger has a good shot at becoming champion of the world if he doesn't listen to that goofball.
Yeah, he's got a good shot indeed, but from what I'm hearing, he still isn't here.
He'll be here.
I hope so. The Stinger. Listen to this crowd. They are electrified.
Look at him, baby. You know Mongo's a Stinger fan.
The whole world is a Stinger fan. And you look at him. One of the reasons why WCW is where the big boys play. Hulk Hogan, the Stinger, the Macho Man, the Steiner brothers, Road Warriors, they're all here in WCW.
Boy, look at Regal. Looks like they put him together with masking tape, cat guts, sewed him up, wrapped his leg, his wrist, his arm. This man has taken a beating. But what a competitor. He's still in the ring. He's still standing there. And there are no rumors that he's been romantically linked to Lady Di, that he caused their breakup.
You know the only thing more busted up than Lord Steven Regal?
Savage's mind.
The Ford Bronco that they use out in the parking lot.
My rent-a-car.
No, I'm sorry. That wasn't the Bronco. That was the Isuzu. That was your rent-a-car.
It wasn't a Susan when I got there. He left as a Hyundai.
And I've heard the Belfast Bruiser's a little worse for wear, too, my friend.
A little worse for wear. Very good point, Steve McMichael, because Lord Steven Regal and the Belfast Bruiser were to team up at Slamboree. No longer the Belfast Bruiser is...
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at it. He's got him. He's got him.
He rolls this over. This match is going to be over before it started.
Sting's not wasting any time. He's going for broke. He realizes what he's in there with. That man, Lord Steven Regal, is a wrestler. He's a man who can get you down on that mat and hurt you. He's a man that will take advantage.
We'll be back with more action with the Stinger right after this quick timeout. Don't leave us now.
Can I get a glass of bubble?
My back's
This is WCW, where the big boys play.
All right, welcome back. We are live here on Nitro as the Stinger and Lord Steven Regal in the center of the ring, and Regal takes a vicious shoulder tackle takedown. I want to complete my thought here as we talked a little bit before the break about Slamboree. The luck of the draw certainly working in Steven Regal's favor. He has drawn, because of the Belfast Bruiser getting injured in last week's match, he is going to be teaming up with Squire David Taylor. Now, this thing between Regal and the Bruiser, they're even. I mean, it was an uncensored that the Bruiser gave Regal a broken nose and a bunch of stitches, and now Regal sending the Bruiser back overseas, all busted up. They are 1-1. Something tells me the Bruiser will be back, but in the meantime, Regal looking forward to teaming up with Squire David Taylor and Slamboree. Let's just talk for a moment about some of the matchups coming your way. Random drawing. Road Warrior Hawk and Lex Luger teaming up to take on Animal and Booker T. And the Steiner brothers will be facing each other the very first time in this sport. Will be facing each other on opposite teams. 16 teams are going to wrestle off in a tournament until the final 8 men face each other in a battle royal to see who is going to be Lord of the Ring and get a shot at the WCW World Heavyweight title in June.
Look at Stinger. There you go. Get into his head, kid. That's the way to do it.
Slamboree exclusively on pay-per-view. Matchups you've never seen before, will probably never see again. And all to see who gets a shot at the most coveted world title in our sport today is Lord Steven Regal, now working over the Stinger. Sting has got to be careful here. You cannot sell Regal short. Anybody that saw him in that matchup, Bobby, last week with the Bruiser knows just how tough this man really is.
Well, they used car bumpers, they used antennas, windshields. barriers. They use anything they could get their hands on. But the man who's in the worst position of anybody here at WCW is Savage. If he's not kicked out after what he did to the referee tonight and brought before the board, if he makes it to the lethal lottery and he's in there with Ric Flair as his partner, and across the ring stands Arn Anderson, I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to take Eddie Guerrero apart piece by piece. Arn Anderson will never get in that ring. And then when the time's right, Anderson, Flair are going to do a number on Savage once and for all. Savage, pay up your insurance policy. Make out the pipers you have to make out, because it's over for you. The lethal lotto is over for you, pal. You're going to be in there with Flair and Anderson all by your lonesome.
You don't have to be a space shuttle pilot to figure out that the odds are definitely stacked against the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And I'll tell you what, he's hurting himself with his actions here. He's hurting himself with the WCW Executive Committee. Emotionally, he's spreading himself way too thin. He has let the Nature Boy Ric Flair win this psychological battle, this warfare that he's been waging.
Well, see, he doesn't have any ammunition. Flair's got all the ammunition. Flair had his title. Flair's got his wife. Flair's got his bankroll.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife, wife, it doesn't matter.
Ex-bankroll.
Ex-bankroll. Ex-title. Flair's got it all. What does Savage have now? He's got red marks around his wrists where he's been handcuffed. He's got ink on his fingers where they printed him. His eyes are bloodshot for having his picture taken.
Lord Steven Regal hammering away now at Sting and Mongo. Take a look at the number 29 on the left leg of the Stinger. That's the number of the WCW Bush car driven by Steve Grissom.
That boy's doing gangbusters on that circuit, isn't he? That WCW car is always up there.
Oh! Drop kick, the Stinger now coming back. Japanese arm drag takeover, follows it up with another Japanese arm drag takeover. The Stinger now lighting it up. Body slam on Lord Steven Regal. And you've got to wonder, right now, right this moment, what is Hulk Hogan thinking? Sitting back, surveying the landscape, looking at the Giant as the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Oh! Looking at the Stinger in here with Lord Steven Regal. Seeing his good friend, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, being escorted out of the building not once but twice in recent weeks. But look at the strength of the Stinger. Backbridge, 1, 2, 3. He got it.
What a win. What an impressive win.
And then, of course, you've got Lex Luger, who I'm being told, as of this moment, is not in the building.
How could he not be here with a championship match? He will be here.
Let's take a look. This Sweet Revenge replay brought to you by Skittles. Take it, Bobby.
Well, his lordship here is going to take him over, but it backfired. Look at Sting. Look at the power. Look at the strength. And he bridges for the 1, for the 2, for the 3. There's your winner, the Stinger.
How did he do that? How did he do that?
Coming up, tremendous amount of strength. That's coming up next. Will Lex Luger take on the Giant for the WCW World title? We're going to find out right after this very short timeout. Is this going to be a repeat non-performance? You've got to wonder what's going through Luger's mind.
He's going to show he was begging for this.
Wait a minute.
All right, welcome back. WCW Monday Nitro Live. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Maybe he'll choke on one of those pins, huh?
He's enjoying life. Luger.
He's gonna show. He wants the Giant bad, folks.
Where is he?
Hey, there's Sally Jesse. That's Duggan.
Duggan?
Yeah, that's Duggan. Who else looks that stupid?
He's got his flag and his 2x4.
Duggan, where is Luger?
Maybe an extra match. Maybe an extra match.
Where is Lex Luger? He begged for this match.
I don't know where he is. I'm not in charge of Lex Luger. But Duggan's not scheduled to wrestle, so it must be another match.
Wait a minute.
What?
I mean, the crowd really reacting here to Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Well, Duggan came out. Maybe he knows what's going on.
Duggan doesn't know what's going on at any time of day.
Wait a minute.
You gotta love how he stands up for the good old United States, my friend.
Wait a minute, Dave. Pins are in the ring announcer in the ring talking to the referee Randy Anderson. They're trying to figure out from Hacksaw. Let's see if we can make some sense out of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the total package Lex Luger has not arrived in the arena as of yet. Hacksaw Jim Duggan has offered to fill in his spot.
Huh. I'll tell you what.
Nobody can have that much bad luck.
Admirable, yes. Intelligent, I'm not so sure.
This happened Saturday. I think lightning struck twice. He had a flat tire. The car broke down something. You know, I've been there before. When I played football, I used to have nightmares about I'm dreaming and I'm showing up late at the stadium and I got that sick feeling in my gut. I know what Lex Luger's going through right now.
Yeah, except for in your case, it was just a nightmare. In Luger's case, it's reality.
And there's a man that packs the gold here at WCW. Probably the biggest athlete in sports today. Certainly the meanest. Probably the richest. He's gonna make a lot of money beating up a lot of people wearing that belt. Get ready, Duggan. But where is Luger?
Do you think he cares whether or not he's in the ring with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Lex Luger, or anybody else? I don't think so.
When you're that big, you can do what you want.
He's just about dealing out punishment, isn't he? He doesn't care. All comers, he said it. I'll take on anybody. Just get in the ring with me.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan goes after the Giant immediately. The Giant straddling the rope.
Well, that's the best thing Duggan can do. That's the only chance he's going to have. He's going to have to just pound. Oh, no.
A cooler head prevailed there.
Look at this Giant. He takes right hands from Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and we all know there's a guy that can deliver a right hand like a Mack truck. And all he does is shake it off, turn his back on the man.
And Duggan is no midget. Duggan goes about, what, 310, 315?
Did you hear that forearm across the back? Listen to this. If he hits him again, sounds like a 357 going on.
Like John Henry slinging his sledgehammer, baby.
And he puts that massive size, whatever the heck it is, boot up there, right across the mug. And that is a mug of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He is just physically so dominant in the ring. I don't know what you can do with this man.
You know, I had a question asked to me earlier, and now I'm starting to think about it. Where is Kevin Sullivan? How come he's not out there? Now, is there a little friction now between him and Jimmy Hart and the Giant? I mean, is Kevin Sullivan and Arn Anderson patching up whatever friction there is there? There's
or
something going on here.
Maybe they're planning slamborees right around the corner.
I don't doubt they're not planning something.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan backs out of the corner. The Giant now.
But he's still on his feet.
He's still, I was gonna say, he's still on his feet for the moment. Nah, I don't think so. Hacksaw, thundering forearm to the back once again.
Hacksaw needs to get this crowd into this. Get him chanting that USA. Get his adrenaline up. That's the only way he's gonna take this big man.
Now, of all the matches you've seen Duggan, man, you've seen him when he's nailed people, when he's punched people, shoved them around. He knocks them down right from the beginning. He hasn't moved this Giant yet.
440 plus pounds, a boot to the midsection, and now the Giant, he's warmed up. He's finally beginning to break a sweat, and he is starting to turn it up here. And Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the unfortunate recipient.
Well, like I told him a while back, I said, Giant, that is your home when you're in there. That's your house. That's where you live. You dictate. You make the rules. Don't let some guy with a flag and a board and a bunch of stars and this and that come into the ring. That is your house. You want him out, you throw him out. You want him to get down on his hands and knees, you make him get down. You are the Giant. You're champion of the world. That's the way it has to be.
Did you make him pay for that advice? Because you are the brain.
No, sometimes I give free consulting.
Irish whip now by the 440-pound world heavyweight champion. Oh, nobody but home.
But Duggan doesn't have anything left.
He is, he's going to try and tape his fist.
Where is Luger? Where is Luger? Can somebody go out to the parking lot? Well, my man would go to
Oh, man, choke slam. That's it. The only thing he's going to be taping up is his ribs.
That's devastating. devastating.
Duggan didn't have a chance from the start. He should have used the board. He should have used the flag.
Well, he almost got that fist taped up. He's taking out just about everybody with that fist when it's taped up. But this man up here.
No, he didn't take out the heavyweight champion of the world. Not the Giant.
The Giant, intimidating. And I tell you what, you don't need any trash talk in there when you can pick them up and dribble them. And speaking of dribble,
look at that.
All kinds of dribbling going on coming up after Nitro.
Where's Luger? Where is Luger? Can somebody find out what has happened to the total package?
Cobra coming out now. Guys watching in the back. They see what's going on. And again, admirable indeed, but Cobra has no idea.
Well, admirable also means stupid.
In this case, I have to agree with you, Heenan.
Cobra should have stayed to the back.
Well, he picks you up by the neck and the back of your head hits that mat, and I imagine the little stars start twinkling.
The Cuban assassin, one half of him coming out. He gets planted.
So much for Desi Arnaz.
Oh, look at Alex Wright. Alex Wright, come on. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Did you see that?
He had him up to the ceiling. He had him way in the lights.
And look at the Nature Boy. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, comes out with a chair. He is ready to take on the Giant. He is ready to take right over the top of the head, and I never thought I'd see it. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, coming out, and now the Stinger. The Stinger is out, Heenan.
Oh, he's got Flair by the throat. This is how he won the championship. Sting. Is Sting there to help Flair? What's he there for?
What have we got here? The Stinger coming to the aid.
Stinger. See, there's some intelligence there. You take out the post, and the big man will fall.
But I can't believe Sting has come to the aid of Ric Flair. Sting's in there for a reason. This is maybe an opportunity of a lifetime for him. I don't even know if he knows where Lex Luger is. Flair don't know where Lex Luger is. Nobody knows. But the Giant knows Sting's in there with him right now.
Look at Stinger firing away. He's reaching back into the cheap seats, and he's unloading right hands. Oh! Locked in the world.
That's four of them right on the button. He's going upstairs now.
He's electrified.
He's perched like a cat.
Pulls the trigger, double sledge, and takes the World Heavyweight Champion off
The
his
big
feet.
man goes down. He's not going to go for it, is he?
Yes, he's going
Be
for
a
it.
deathlock.
But he can't turn him. He'll never turn him.
Turn that big man
He
over.
can't turn him. He won't turn him.
Don't be so sure.
Come on, Giant. Lay flat. Grab the rope. Jimmy. Jimmy, get that megaphone and do something.
Go ahead. Roll him over and make sure this man doesn't wrestle for a while.
He did. He turned
He's
him.
got him. He's got him. Ah, Jimmy Hart. Whoa.
Feet, don't fail me now.
There's Luger.
Luger's coming in with the bags.
He dropped his wrestling bags. Luger showed up a little too late. Just a little too late. Wait a minute. You see Jimmy Hart calling the Giant off. Wait a minute. This stinks.
Something's going on here.
He wouldn't call the Giant off for anybody else, and then Luger jumps up in the ring.
What are you trying to say? He's worried about Luger? He's concerned?
Wait a minute. Let's go to Gene Okerlund. He's got them both in the ring. Somebody get Gene's mic on.
Gene's trying to find out where Sting's been in the dressing room here. Where's Luger been? Jimmy Hart did the best move here. He got the Giant, got him out of
Let's
there.
see if we're on now.
All right,
Okay.
they're on. We've got to take it, Gino.
Very quickly, Lex Luger, where have you been? This is the second opportunity.
Let me ask you, where the hell have you been?
Hey.
Why are you asking me where the hell I've been? Because look at this mess you caused. This is supposed to be your deal out here. Where have you been?
I can't even believe you're saying I caused like I didn't try to be here. I didn't want to wrestle the Giant for the World Heavyweight title. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder. 2 weeks in a row now, you've missed an opportunity, and it's been a big one.
Let me ask you.
Wait a minute.
No, let me ask him something, Gene.
We are on a
All year we traveled. You've never missed a flight, had